Hi, my name is Schumann, Masterful living coach and author of the book Falling in Love with Your Job. Welcome to my Changing Careers show, in which you will see inspiring interviews with people who manage to create a job they truly love by either changing their profession or setting up their own business. Today I'm here with Jenny Donaldson. Welcome to the show, Jenny.
Thank you very much for having me.
Jenny, you work as a personal stylist, and I can totally see that looking at you, very stylish outfit. But the viewers will never guess what your previous job was. And that was why I invited you. When I heard your story a few weeks ago, I just thought I had to have Jenny on the show because it's such a dramatic change. Tell us, Jenny, what did you used to do before you became a personal stylist?
Well, until October 2015, I was a police officer. I retired in that year at the rank of inspector, so 32 years.
I mean, that is amazing. And what a change, because I imagine police officer or inspector is you have to be quite tough in that job. And stylist is more about the finer things in life. So talk us through about that transition. What motivated you to make this change?
When I was in my 20s, I was diagnosed with a condition and the medication that I was on made me put on quite a lot of weight. And it was that time I learned how to dress in a way to make myself appear slimmer. And that was the time sowed the seeds for me to become a personal stylist. And in 2015 I retired after 32 years at the rank of inspector, and I decided that I was going to embrace my passion for fashion.
Wow, and then going back in time, I mean, when you started your career in policing, what was the motivation at that time? Was there a passion at one point in your life?
No, it was not a passion for me, the police service. My mother always wanted one of her daughters to be a nurse, and I thought for a moment that I could be that nurse for her, but somehow it didn't come out. I fell into the role of secretarial work, personal assistant, and I was made redundant, and it was that point that I thought I needed a career. So I had a brainstorming session with a good friend of mine, and police service came up, and I haven't looked back since.
It's interesting, there were actually two career changes, yes. And a good example how a redundancy situation can actually be a great thing to happen because it forces us to reevaluate what we really want to do. So tell us about this moment when you decided that you want to do something different than being in the police. How did that come about?
My motivation to leave in the police force was retirement. So after 32 years I retired. And it was then I decided that would be a good time for me to embrace my passion for fashion and become a personal stylist.
And for many people who are thinking about the same thing, what can be difficult is that it's risky. You know, you're swapping a regular paycheck against the uncertainty of the business because you never really know how it will turn out. How did you, or are you still dealing with this issue?
I have to say it was scary, very scary, knowing that it was all on myself. But I was fortunate that I've retired. I have a pension to sort of take away the anxiety.
Yeah, what I find interesting about that, often people think at a certain age it is too late to change careers. But actually, often at that age we have certain assets or pension that make it easier for us to change the career than earlier in life. Yeah. So tell us a bit about what it is that you do as a personal stylist, because I can imagine that few of the viewers have actually used a personal stylist. It's not an everyday service. What can you expect from working with a personal stylist?
Well, some personal stylists are different, but from how I offer my services, I like to deal with a one-to-one basis. I identify what's the best colours for my client by a process of elimination using drapes, colourful drapes. I would identify their body shape and advise them on the best type of clothes to wear for their particular body shape that they are at the time, not what they want to be. I always want them to embrace who they are. Then we go through the wardrobe, which is great fun. We identify what's working, what's possibly not working, and the clothes that they can tweak and have altered to stay in the wardrobe. I genuinely love that. And then after that, if they do want to have more service after that, we can actually go shopping, personal shopping. And if they've got a special occasion, we can get clothes with special occasion.
Well, that sounds like fun stuff, having somebody at your side. I mean, what kind of person would work with you?
Right, predominantly women. I do have some male clients, but it's predominantly women, generally over the age of 40. I say 40 because generally under that people are still working out where they want to go when it comes to fashion. People who have maybe leaving a public service to go to private service, who are transitioning roles, returning to work after leave, pregnancy, or maybe someone who is recovering from an illness or lost a lot of weight or gained a lot of weight. Those are my best clients.
So if I had my first TED talk, could you advise me on what to wear?
Absolutely, absolutely. Or maybe sort of pop, you have to be comfortable as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you. Tell us a little bit about the reality of your business, because you obviously choose something that you enjoy, you feel passionate about it, but what does it really look like in reality to run that business?
Right, the reality is knowing that that basically this is on you. And yes, there is some work you have to do, but it's all about planning, try and plan your days, and to make sure you have a structure. I think having a structure is definitely a good thing. So once I've planned my day and have a structure, those are the things that help me sort of, continue on and make sure I have a good network around me.
So resonates with me and my coaching business. Yeah, I get what you're saying. And you never really know what it's like to be in the business until you actually are in the business. Were there any things that were unexpected that you didn't really foresee and you only realized when you got there?
I think it was probably the amount of networking. I really didn't appreciate the how important it was. I thought that you could just start a business and have sort of an online presence and that was it. But it really is key going out there, talking to people, get people sort of to trust you and understand you. And then that's where you get sort of referrals. Because my best referrals have been through networking.
Oh, great, yeah. And what would be your top tip to anybody who would like to do something similar, setting up their own business?
Setting up business is a great thing, but always have a look at your finances. Make sure that you have a budget, and that you can live within your budget. But definitely the finances. You don't want to start something and then suddenly you have a lean period and then you're struggling.
Well, we're at the end of our interview. If somebody wants to work with you or just wants to find out more about you, how can they do this?
I can be found on LinkedIn under Jenny Donaldson or my website www.jennydstalmy.com.
And finally, I just have to ask the question. The uniforms of the Metropolitan Police Service, fashionable?
No.
Room for improvement?
Absolutely, absolutely. I do prefer the uniforms for the services which are up north with the black shirts. I think really they should all have the same. I don't like the white shirts with the dark cargo trousers. Cargo trousers are great, but they shouldn't be in the blue that we have.
Fantastic. Well, I guess you have the connections to the police. Get in there. Thank you very much for being on the show. Great story, great case study, such a beautiful career transition. I wish you all the best for your business.
Thank you very much, Anne. It's lovely to be here.
That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you would like to see more interviews of people who managed to create a job they truly love, then do subscribe to the channel and watch out for the next episode. And if you would like to be on the next show talking about your career transition, I would love to hear from you. Thanks very much. Bye.